Today we talk about something that strikes at the core of who you are, or rather, who you choose to be. There are those who live their lives like shadows, drifting silently, unnoticed, barely making a ripple in the vast ocean of existence. They move through the world without leaving a trace, without stirring the air around them. These are the ghosts among us. They blend into the background, barely speaking, rarely standing out, avoiding the spotlight as if it might burn them alive. But is that what you want for yourself? To be a ghost, haunting the spaces you occupy without ever really being present? Or do you want to be something more? Do you want to be a presence, someone who is truly here, fully alive and undeniably felt by everyone around them? Being a ghost is easy. It's safe. It's the path of least resistance. When you're a ghost, you don't have to risk rejection, criticism, or failure. You don't have to worry about being too much or too little, about saying the wrong thing or standing out too much. You simply exist, silently passing through life like a breeze, barely noticed, hardly remembered. But being a ghost comes at a cost. It means you never really live. You never taste the richness of life, the highs and the lows, the victories and the defeats. You never get the chance to truly connect with others, to make a difference, to leave a legacy. You fade away, forgotten as soon as you're out of sight, as if you were never really there at all. Now, being a presence, that's something else entirely. A presence is someone who leaves a mark, who is remembered long after they've left the room. It's not about being loud or flashy, but about having substance, about being real, about showing up fully in every moment. A presence is felt because they bring their full self into every interaction, every conversation, every experience. They don't shy away from life, they embrace it, with all its messiness, all its unpredictability. To be a presence means to stand tall, even when the world tries to knock you down. It means speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes. It means refusing to fade into the background, even when it's the easier option. Being a presence is about being fully alive, fully engaged, fully here. It's about taking up space, unapologetically, and making sure that space reflects who you truly are. But why do so many people choose to be ghosts? Fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of standing out. It's easier to hide in the shadows, to keep your head down and blend in with the crowd. It's safer to avoid making waves, to avoid drawing attention to yourself. But safety is not the same as living. And what's the point of living if you're not really alive? Those who choose to be a presence are the ones who understand that life is too short to be lived half-heartedly. They know that the world can be harsh, that people can be cruel, that standing out can make you a target. But they also know that the alternative, fading away into nothingness, is far worse. When you choose to be a presence, you choose to take risks. You choose to stand out, to be seen, to be heard. And yes, that means you might face criticism, you might face rejection, you might even face failure. But it also means you get to experience the fullness of life. You get to make connections that matter, to make an impact that lasts, to live a life that's worth remembering. Now, let's talk about impact. Being a presence doesn't mean you have to change the world in some grand way. It's not about fame or fortune or making headlines. It's about the everyday moments, the small interactions that make up a life. It's about the way you treat the people around you, the way you show up in your relationships, the way you carry yourself in the world. A presence is felt in the little things, the way you listen, the way you smile, the way you make others feel seen and valued. But here's the thing, being a presence isn't just about others. It's about you. It's about living a life that's true to who you are, about not holding back, about not letting fear dictate your choices. It's about making sure that when your time is up, you don't look back with regret, wishing you had done more, said more, been more. It's about living with intention, with purpose, with passion. And don't think for a moment that the world won't try to pull you back into the shadows. There are people who will want you to stay small, to stay quiet, to stay invisible. They don't want to deal with the discomfort of your presence, the challenge of your truth. But you can't let them win. You can't let their fears and insecurities hold you back from being who you were meant to be. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to fade into the background, letting life pass you by while you drift along like a ghost? Or are you going to step forward, take up space, and make your presence known? Are you going to live a life that's full, that's rich, that's real? The choice is yours, and only yours. And before you go, If you're ready to stop being a ghost and start being a presence, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and stick around. There's more where this came from, and you won't want to miss it.